Hey everybody, Vince Burke here talking to you about some desk exercises that you could do. One of the things that I've seen in the clinic, and it doesn't really matter the age, I'm finding blood clots, a epidemic if you will. And it doesn't mean that you have to have surgery and 80 years old to get a blood clot. I've been finding young kids in their 20s, even 30s, right? The adults in 40s and 50s having blood clots. We are a society that sits. Even though someone goes to the gym 3 times a week and then they sit for 10 to 12 hours a day, they're really categorized as sedentary people. So sedentary, it really puts you in a position to sit all day for the most part. And when we think of the word sitting, right, and sedentary, all begin with an S. And typically it gives you a sad posture, it gives you a soft core, it makes you snack on not such great food, and also sometimes surgery. So that word, all those words begin with an S. So I want to bring you through a little bit of an S. Each time here, you know, we're crimping the hose. So if this is you and I'm sitting like this, your body is kind of like in a S position, okay? So if this is your circulation hose and we crimp it, okay, there's not going to be much fluid that could go throughout your body. It slows down, and not only that, to add to it, most people are dehydrated today and also caffeine driven. Okay, so that is setting yourself up for blood clots. Aside from putting yourself in a position of the S, you need to start to think that even sitting in a chair, you need to uncrimp that hose. Uncrimp that hose. So I know we're all too busy to think to exercise at the desk. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go over some kind of exercise that you could think to do at home or even at the desk. So, you know, this is, you know, we got to think, you know, we're at the desk here and we're working, okay? This is where we're sitting, okay? So our body has to get out of that position. So if I bring you through so many different things so that you really understand. I know it says nervous system here, but there's a ton of arteries and veins down in here, okay? If you look closely, a lot of traffic. And then, if we look at the muscle system, but even the calf, I call the calf the external heart. You see this here? It really is the external heart. And a lot of people don't really use the calf muscle. When we're walking, okay, we're not using that calf muscle to push off, to activate not only muscle activation, but also circulation. So that heart muscle, the external heart, is used to act as a pump to rid of some of the swelling. If you think about the lower legs, it's in the most dependent position, right? It's near the earth, and there's not much muscle system down there. So you have to activate all the muscle systems, but you need to activate a circulation system that's outside what you're presented with from the inside. So the first thing you want to think about is simply heel raises. So if I'm sitting at the desk and just like this, if you could just think to move your ankles up and down, okay? Then you could even stretch. If I dorsiflex and bring my foot up to my nose and just stretch my calf, okay? And if you just do that, you know, sometimes someone says, okay, how many reps? You know what? How long do I hold a stretch? How about just thinking move? Anytime you stretch out of that crimped S position, you're doing wonders. Anytime that you're activating some range of motion stuff to turn on some of those muscles, to rid of some of the swelling, you're doing well. The thing is that also, you know, having open shoes, sometimes at the desk, you know, maybe a little bit of a loafer, or you could have a tie-up shoe, but also a loafer, because what you want to think to do, if we look at our toes, right, and we start to just do some toes, crunches, okay? Just movement of the ankle and just activate those small muscles in our feet, okay? And the ankle. You know, even if we think about doing circles in the ankle and you're underneath the desk and you're going back and forth, okay? Then you can think about opening, closing a little bit, okay? Just to get some circulation in the hip, okay? And you could extend now, active range of motion in the knee, okay? That's really important. Then you can think to do hip flexion exercises, real simple. Okay, now the next thing we could do is just stand up. You know, often we just sit, we just need to stand. So when you're standing, okay, you're at the desk, you could do some heel raises. So if I have a chair, good, you can come on. If I have a chair, right, you could do some heel raises, okay? Nice and easy. Standing out to the side, abduction, it looks like this a little bit, okay? That's important to do. You can go into extension where you're bringing, these are activating every muscle that's going opposite of the S position. When we think about sitting, okay, you could do shoulder pinches. You know, we're here like this, we're in the S position, in the forward posture position. So again, we sit on a computer,